The plan today is to fish West Aberthaw for the smoothhounds. There's also chances of bass, conger eels, rockling, pouting, a few other little species could be thrown in the mix, but the main target today on Aberthaw is smoothhounds. There's been a couple running through, but the fishing has been very difficult. You're looking for the odd fish, but I find that every tide is different. The plan is to fish West Aberthaw till low water, see how the fishing is going, and then I might do an early pack up, take the 20-minute walk over to East Aberthaw to fish the flood. It's small tide for East Aberthaw today, but for a small tide there'll be more depth of water, so there might be a few fish there. So that's the plan, to fish West Aberthaw on the ebb and go walk over to East Aberthaw for the flood. Yeah, with this place, I fished it since, this was the first ever place I went sea fishing properly, from the piers down Penarth. Back in the day, me and my uncle, my granddad used to call this conger country. It used to be eel cast. Here we have a nice smoothhound. You can actually see the actual crab and a circle hook hooked in the bottom jaw. 100% faith in these hooks. It's not the be all and end all of hooks for the hounds, but it's something I have 100% confidence in. Over to East Aberthaw I go. Be very quiet on West Aberthaw. One run, had that landed. Very, very quiet. There were 6 anglers there, didn't see much else. One guy packed up early. So I've got a nice 20-minute walk now. Right over to East Aberthaw. But I can fish 2 to 3 hours of flood there. A lot of people say that East Aberthaw is only good on big tides, but I've had some wicked sessions where I fished the ledges on a small tide, had a few hours spare, gone over to the river for low, fished 2 hours of flood, and it's been hound a cast. I believe when they're there, they're there. So, right, I'll continue filming when I get set up. We're joining on East Aberthaw now. About a 15-20 minute walk from West Aberthaw. You can either walk back up to the sea wall over the steps. It's an easier flat walk. Or you can just come across the little boulders straight to the mark. Got a river to cross, so make sure you've got some waders on. But yeah, this place is good for the ebb and the flood. A lot of people prefer it over bigger tides. I've had some great sessions here on small tides. With the smaller tide, there's more depth of water. I think when they're here, they're here. Tactics are the same as west, fully rigged, same crab, circle. The only things I do different here is because you're casting over this coral and rock, I don't belt it as far as I can. I drop it shorter so there's less line going between the boulders and the rocks. And the other thing I do is I put the butt cap on the rod stand, because normally I have the rods low on an angle. Just trying to keep as much line from this type of ground as possible. We're on the first cast now. It's a half hour into the flood, so fingers crossed. There's a couple of guys still fishing on west. I've been keeping an eye out, they haven't moved at all, so I can still see their rods on the tripod. It's quite quiet over there. So fingers crossed, a couple push through. I had one on west, it'd be nice to get one on east now. There's a tide line about 80, 100 yards out. It's not too far. Got it perfect in there. So you've got a good chance of spring codling, straps, get some big eels off here. There we go. There you go, hound on. He's there. Oh, there you go. off the bloody bait. Good run though. We can't catch them all. Good sign though, first cast. Look at that. It actually just had hold of it. You see that? He's pulled the crab down, basically off the hooks. So I don't even think, I think he had hold of it like that. So there's no way of him hooking up. So we'll get a fresh bait out now and fingers crossed we'll catch another one. I've just put a fresh one back out on the money, right in that tide line. Not too far out, so about 80, 100 yards out. Just, you know, it's not a massive catch. It's still, you know, it's alright. Fingers crossed, I'm going to go and bait that one back up. And I'll leave the camera rolling and fingers crossed we'll capture another one. Just a little run through my rig. You've all seen it a million times. It's just a short, maybe 2 foot pulley rig. 7-ounce SKM onto two split rings with a pin and foam onto an imp as my rotten bottom, and then onto a single Devon peeler crab, mounted onto a 3.0 BMX and then a 4.0 circle hook sitting above it from Viber. The usual 100-pound rig body and 80-pound snud. The reason why I'm not using a 100-pound snud is because with a knotless knot you can't get it through the eye 3 times. So that's it, nice and simple. Fingers crossed we'll the next run will nail it. So here we go again. Right, there's a nice bite. Over she goes. There you go. Wait for it to run on this one. Got it. Oh, it's woken up now. I don't think it knows it's hooked. day, second cast. Nice puddle, yeah, I'll get him in the puddle. Let him revive and I'll get the other rod out. This is the second hound, East Aberthaw. Absolutely nailed on the circle hook, as you can see. It looks like the bottom hook had in there as well. It's come out in the puddle. Absolute 100% confidence in these circles. When the circles are in the mouth, that's it. So should be easy to unhook. Oh, there you are. A small one, probably 5-6 pounds. But it's fishing, it's bites. He knows what we come for. Nice few hours out the house. Catching fish is a bonus. Happy days. I'm done. Only managed to do 4 casts. 2 runs, 1 landed. Lost one end. Last cast, and something small jammed me up on the way in, might be an eel. But yeah, I did 3 down on West Aberthaw. Yeah, it was alright. I had one bite, 1 run. Decided to pack up a little water. There were 6 others on there. I've seen one other hound who's very quiet. So I decided to make the 20-minute trek over the boulders to East Aberthaw. I had 4 casts, 2 runs, 1 landed. So it wasn't too bad. Lost 1 end, half dozen leads. So yeah, it wasn't a complete waste of a session. It was enjoyable, very hot. I think I made a mistake of wearing waders. So until the next time, tight lines.